Thank you guys so much for watching. So I just got back from Lowe's and I found 3 Boston ferns. Actually, there were a lot more, but I only bought 3 because I have a specific spot where I want them all to go. And this actually was like, these weren't like spur of the moment purchases. I actually planned to do Boston ferns, and it just so happened that I found these on clearance and they were half off, so they were 12 bucks. Here's the tag. Yes, so they were like what, $12.50, $12.49, and they are huge. And I'm so excited because not only, you know, the fact that I was looking for them, but I wasn't planning on getting ones that were this big. So I'm happy to find them. This is where they're gonna go. I've got a hook there, a hook there, and a hook there. And typically I would create my own hanging baskets and for this area. I usually do, but this year I just want things to be easier. And also I didn't grow as much as many annuals as I usually grow, so I don't really have the supply to make a basket that I would love or be happy with. So I thought to myself, I'll just grab some ferns. They'll be pretty, they're easy to take care of, and just call it a day. So I found these. They were on the clearance rack this morning when I went to Lowe's, and they are gorgeous. So I also found a few other plants on clearance that I want. Oh my gosh, there's so many bugs out here, that I want to share with you. Some of these are from Lowe's, some of them are from Walmart. Let's start with the Walmart. These were not on clearance though. So I want these alocasias for some shade containers for the front porch. So I grabbed these. I thought they'd be a great centerpiece. They had been kept in bright light at Walmart. They weren't protected, so they're a little bleached out, but the new leaves will come in and be a nice dark gorgeous green. And then I also got these 2 asparagus ferns, and the price has increased on plants, but I know we're all probably feeling it now. Every year the prices go up and up and up, and some of the prices are like gradual, you know, so like a few cents, you know, $1, and then some things you see are like $10 more. So just be aware that shop on the clearance section before you go to any other areas of the garden. That's what I do. Okay, I found these succulents at Lowe's, and I'm using them in a succulent container. So I bought other succulents. They're over there. I'm going to be doing 2 separate containers. So one container I will be zhuzhing up from last year. The succulents got dug out by a squirrel over the like late fall, winter months. So I have to replace some things. And then these smaller succulents will go into a bowl, a terracotta bowl that I have right there. So those videos will be coming out as soon as I get around to planting up containers. It is now finally time to plant my summer crops out, and you know, just plant things in general. It's past Mother's Day, so that's when most people say it's safe to plant. I do plant earlier than that, but it's mostly things that are, you know, frost tolerant. And then, you know, perennials, I plant those. I don't as long as the ground's not frozen, I'll go ahead and plant those out. But I just wanted to share with you guys all the little succulents we got. I got this for my youngest because she likes interesting plants, and I thought she would think this is cute. She used to have one like a couple years ago, but I don't know if she remembers, but it didn't survive, so she gets to try again. But these all were on clearance. I think these were like, for clearance these were like $2 each, and then these guys were like $4, and this big one was $7. So that is my Lowe's haul, but before I let you go, I want to show you how I water my Boston ferns. So you can always water your Boston ferns overhead. That means from the top. Do that every few days, just depending on what the weather is like. But once a week, you'll want to soak them in a bucket. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is add some fertilizers to my bucket. Next, we're going to fill the bucket with water. Now, these ferns are too big to squeeze all the way into the bucket. So what I'm going to do is have them sit on top of the bucket and allow them to absorb water from the bottom up. They call it butt chugging. So I'm going to allow them to do that. And I'm also going to add in water from the top. Now, if you have ferns in smaller baskets and you can push that fern all the way into the bucket, do that. If you have bigger ferns and you have a bucket around the same size as mine, do what I'm doing. Fill the bucket up almost to the top and sit the fern inside of it and let it sit for a while. Also adding water from above, because we want the whole plant to be saturated with water, be able to soak up the fertilizer and the Epsom salt. So until I can get something bigger for it to soak in, this is what I'll have to do. I can feel the plant sinking down little by little. So it's definitely soaking up this water. Trying not to spill too much out of the bucket because I don't want all my fertilizers going elsewhere. So now it'll sit there on its own. This baby's heavy. Okay, so now that the fern has soaked up from the bottom, we can go ahead and pull it out and let it drain. And then we'll sit our next fern. We might need to add a little bit more water, but let's try this first. Okay, good. So this one will do the same. Feels heavy. This one's a little bit more beat up. I'm gonna actually add water in here first. They look gorgeous. I'm really glad with this option. I like them here. They're easy, they're simple, you know, they're not complicated as far as plant care, and they're easy on the eyes. And I think they'll go really nice with, once I get this all done and planted up and looking great, they're gonna really complement the bed below and the ferns that we already have there. Excuse me, Missy, stop it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about the plants you saw today, and I'll see you next video.